Now, this is actually, thank God my wife is not here. That's my wife's wallet. The credit card, it's also a prisoner's dilemma. Charge it and pay later. And actually, the credit card industry, and I know maybe, I don't know, they use game theory to the fullest. They play with us. One of the most famous game theorists, Dick Thaler, a graduate of Cornell, taught at Cornell. He's now University of Chicago. They hired him, the credit card industry, to change the legislation. They had the legislation in the Congress to change one word in the legislation. And it's instead of when you use a credit card or cash, the word in the legislation they want to say it's a surcharge. Humans don't like the word surcharge. It's a cost. So he tried to convince Congress, please. They hired him, and they managed to convince Congress, change the word into a discount. It's a discount, so okay, I accept that. It's a discount. It's not a surcharge. So game theory, it's everywhere, okay? Now that's the problem. This is what happens in Kuwait with Al-Kawadir. That's the biggest prisoner's dilemma. We are mortgaging our future. All of us, we want salaries, increase in salaries, billions and billions. This is the problem. This is what we are afraid of. We're going to actually bankrupt our country, the future. And Dr. Ghanem knows what started this trend, the faculty members at Kuwait University, للأسف, which we are the educators. We started with our first cadre, and we started the motion. So this is one of the biggest prisoner's dilemma. We have to fix this, ya Jama'ah. We really have to fix this. Okay? Now let's see how we can actually, and these ideas and myself and Dr. Qutaiba, we are considering some of the things and applications of game theory and social networks and complex adaptive systems in society overall. This is the ultimatum game. It's a social model of altruism. Now, when I looked at this picture, actually, that's one of the reasons I wanted to study complexity. Now, these ants selfishly made a bridge for other ants to cross over it. No, actually, there is no brains and selfishly decided to do that. Can we mimic this? The ultimatum game actually proves that humans actually programmed, and by if you evolution or for God, we are not selfish. Truly, we are programmed, we are generous, not selfish. And the ultimatum game actually proves this. The ultimatum game, you bring two individuals. I'll give somebody, one of them, I'll say, okay, I'll give you 10 KD. Now you have the freedom to offer the other guy whatever you want. Any amount. 1 fils, 1 KD, anything. If he accepts your offer, you divide it and go ahead. Take the whole money. But if he rejects, then you lose both the amount of the money. Can you guess what's the average offering? Almost 50-50, yes? Although, again, we go back, and this is why Meha, actually, we are moving into economics. In engineering, when we study networks and agents, we are good because, I mean, we program to do whatever we want. But when we deal with individuals, no. They have their own minds, their own context, their own background. They will think differently. So social networks and economics, although they like math, but it's not like engineering. So that's why we are in this. Although economics theory says, if you apply all the theories of economics, you should accept any offer because you'll end up with something better than nothing. Okay? Actually, they did studies across 15 cultures, including in South America, with the people of the Amazons, in Australia with the Aboriginal people. The minimum, all cultures demanded fairness, and the minimum offer they accept actually 20%. The least offer, it's actually for people in the Amazon because they don't have the concept of ownership. There is also a game called the dictatorship game. It's the ultimatum game, but with a twist. Before we select the person responsible for distributing or offering the money, they will do some tests. If you pass this test, if you pass this test, then you will start the game. You will offer. Surprisingly, if somebody passed the test and he was responsible now to offer the other guy accepts any offer. Because he actually considers it's a fair thing because he won, so he won the privilege to distribute the money. So it's fair. It's fair, I should take whatever because he won the privilege to do that. A hypothesis, and I highly recommend if anybody watches Academic Earth lectures, please, Stephen C. Stern's evolutionary biologist has beautiful, beautiful lectures, especially about science. In one of his lectures, actually, he recommended for his students to read Muqaddimat ibn Khaldun, and I was shocked. He said, please read Muqaddimat ibn Khaldun. You will understand so many things about evolutionary, about the human condition, about biology. Okay, and his hypothesis, we are stuck in a major transition between individual interests and group interests, and we are feeling the pain. That's what happens in Kuwait. We are actually feeling the pain. We have individual interests, a group interest. We have Shiite interests, Sunni, tribal interests, whatever we have, and then individual group interests. And I think Kuwait is losing, and that's why we are feeling the pain. Another beautiful quote from him, nationalism and religion are culturally transmitted, and biology has provided the handle on which culture can build via genetic hormones. Actually, this is biology. This is why we behave this way. It's like we have dyes. If we want to increase the trust between people, you actually increase oxytocin hormone, and then you'll see we trust each other more. If we want to be aggressive, the testosterone hormone. So biology actually controls our even behavior to each other. Social norms. Social norms are very important in society. We like to imitate, we like to conform. Now this thing actually fell in love, and he's following his love. He solved the solution, confirming, imitating this. But at least that's the rooster, but let's see. We will confirm also. I'll do an experiment with you guys. Now this is the line A, line. Okay? Which line of the three lines has the same length of A? 3. Now, would you believe me if I said, somebody said 1, somebody said 2? Would you believe me? Okay. Actually, in one experiment, 8 out of 10 said 1. 8 out of 10. What happened in experiment, they actually bring Confederates. They told them 9 of them, and 1 unsuspecting guy, the one, okay? And all of them, they agree the first 9 will select line 1. And the unsuspecting guy watches the first one, selects line 1. So he looks around the room. He wants to see the response of the people. All of them, it's okay with them. There is no response. Fine. The second one select 3. The third, the fourth. Eventually, when it's his turn,